The M142 High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, HIMARS, is a light multiple rocket launcher developed in the late 1990s for the United States Army and mounted on a standard United States Army M1140 truck frame. The M142 carries one pod with either 6 GMLRS rockets or one ATACMS missile on the United States Army's new family of medium tactical vehicles, FMTV, 5-ton truck, and can launch the entire multiple launch rocket system family of munitions. MFOM, M142 ammunition pods are interchangeable with the M270 MLRS. However, it is able to carry only one pod rather than the standard 2 for the M270 and its variants. The launcher can be transported by Lockheed C-130 Hercules aircraft. 10. The chassis was initially produced by BAE Systems Mobility and Protection Systems, formerly Armor Holdings Aerospace and Defense Group Tactical Vehicle Systems Division, the original equipment manufacturer of the FMTV. It was produced by the Oshkosh Corporation from 2010 to 2017. 11. Both chassis and launcher system are now produced by Lockheed Martin Missiles and Fire Control in Camden, Arkansas. HIMARS. Protecting our soldiers with combat-proven reliability. Adversaries around the globe are becoming more sophisticated. To protect soldiers, citizens and infrastructure, our customers require the most advanced tactical missile capabilities. The Lockheed Martin High Mobility Artillery Rocket System is a strategic capability, improving homeland and important asset defense while reducing overall mission costs. Affordable and sustainable HIMARS is the most technically advanced, affordable and sustainable artillery solution. Provides cutting-edge technology on an indigenous platform. Maximum commonality with M270A1 launch system and MLRS interoperability. Simplifies coalition operations, training, logistics and coordination. Versatile munitions. HIMARS carries a 6-pack of GMLRS rockets or one TACMS missile, and is designed to launch the entire MLRS family of munitions. Offering multiple launch rocket system firepower on a wheeled chassis, the High Mobility Artillery Rocket System is the newest member of the MLRS launcher family. HIMARS carries a single 6-pack of GMLRS rockets or one TACMS missile on the Army's family of medium tactical vehicles, FMTV, 5-ton truck, and can launch the entire MLRS family of munitions. Manufacturer. Lockheed Martin. Base systems. Weight, 24,000 lb. Length, 23 feet. Width, 8 feet. Height, 10.5 feet. Crew, 3. Max rate of fire, 6 rockets. Maximum range, 45 miles. Operational range, 298 miles. Speed, 53 miles per hour. Offering multiple launch rocket system, MLRS, firepower on a wheeled chassis. The High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, HIMARS, is the newest member of the MLRS launcher family. HIMARS carries a single 6-pack of rockets or one ATACMS missile on the Army's family of medium tactical vehicles, FMTV, 5-ton truck, and can launch the entire MLRS family of munitions. It was successfully combat tested in Operation Iraqi Freedom. HIMARS is C-130 transportable and can be deployed into areas previously inaccessible to heavier launchers. It also incorporates the self-loading, autonomous features that have made MLRS the premier rocket artillery system in the world. The HIMARS fire control system, electronics and communications units are interchangeable with the existing MLRS M270A1 launcher, and the crew and training are the same. Under contract to the U.S. Army, Lockheed Martin has delivered more than 400 HIMARS launchers to the Army, Marine Corps and international customers. In May 2005, the 3rd Battalion, 27th Field Artillery Regiment, 18th Airborne Corps Artillery became the first unit equipped with HIMARS. Since then the Army has fielded 11 additional battalions, in both active and National Guard units. The Army plans to field an additional 6 battalions. Additionally, the Marines have fielded more than 38 launchers. HIMARS has expanded its global presence and has begun to serve the international market, including such countries as Jordan, Singapore and the United Arab Emirates. The Latvian Ministry of Defense has requested an undisclosed number of M142 High Mobility Artillery Rocket Systems, HIMARS, from the U.S. government as part of a Baltic States Joint Defense Initiative. We have sent a request to the U.S. government regarding availability and pricing and are currently awaiting a response, Ministry of Defense State Secretary Janis Garrisons told Latvian news outlet Delfi. We hope to receive approval by September, as happened to Estonia, whose purchase of HIMARS was already reported in the press, he continued. The ministry requested the training of Latvian soldiers and the purchase of the systems from HIMARS manufacturer Lockheed Martin to be processed and funded with the help of the U.S. government. The rocket launchers are planned to be commissioned by 2025. However, the ministry expects that acquisition will be slow given the high demand in Ukraine, according to the report. Bolstering Baltic defenses. Earlier in July, the U.S. Defense Security Cooperation Agency cleared a $500 million HIMARS sale to fellow Baltic state Estonia. Lithuania also aims to procure the rocket launchers this year. Together with the Latvian and Estonian allies, we are looking into developing a HIMARS artillery rocket system capability. Lithuania plans to sign a corresponding contract before the end of this year, Lithuanian Minister of National Defense Arvydas Anušauskas said during a Baltic Defense Minister meeting with U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin in June. In the same month, Estonia and Latvia signed a letter of intent for the joint procurement of medium-range rocket systems during a NATO summit held in Madrid in response to the Ukraine-Russia conflict. Washington. The U.S. will send 4 more high-mobility artillery rocket systems to Ukraine as part of the next military aid package to strengthen Kyiv in what's become a grinding long-range fires duel, Pentagon officials said Wednesday. The new M142 high-mobility artillery rocket systems, or HIMARS, will bring the total number committed to Ukraine to 16. The light-wheeled multiple rocket launcher allows Ukraine to strike at ranges of 85 kilometers, or 53 miles, and with more precision than previously sent artillery. Defense News logo Defense News U.S. to send more HIMARS precision rocket systems to Ukraine in latest package. By Joe Gould and Megan Myers Thursday, July 21. Washington. The U.S. will send 4 more high-mobility artillery rocket systems to Ukraine as part of the next military aid package to strengthen Kyiv in what's become a grinding long-range fires duel, Pentagon officials said Wednesday. The new M142 high-mobility artillery rocket systems, or HIMARS, will bring the total number committed to Ukraine to 16. The light-wheeled multiple rocket launcher allows Ukraine to strike at ranges of 85 kilometers, or 53 miles, and with more precision than previously sent artillery. The added HIMARS would be included in its upcoming 16th package of equipment from U.S. military stockpiles, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said as he hosted a virtual meeting of the Ukraine-focused contact group with allies. The package will also include rounds for guided multiple launch rocket systems, or GMLRS, and artillery. As this fight rages on, the contact group will keep finding innovative ways to sustain our long-term support for the brave men and women of the Ukrainian armed forces, and we will tailor our assistance to ensure that Ukraine has the technology, the ammunition and the sheer firepower to defend itself, Austin said. Austin also spoke alongside Army General Mark Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, at a Pentagon press conference, where Milley said the 5-month-old invasion has evolved into a battle of attrition, waged through long-range fires and in which Russian forces are expected to continue using heavy artillery bombardments. This week, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu ordered the military to prioritize the destruction of Ukraine's long-range missiles and artillery, while Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Wednesday that Russia's objectives now extend beyond the eastern Donbass region. Pentagon officials say the Donbass isn't securely in Russian hands. Ukrainian forces are challenging Russian front and rear areas, while Russian forces, despite their manpower and stocks of equipment, are expending resources rapidly without securing much ground, according to Milley. There is a grinding war of attrition that is occurring in the Luhansk-Donbass region. No, it's not lost yet, Milley said. The Ukrainians are making the Russians pay for every inch of territory that they gain. Advances are measured in literally hundreds of meters on some days. You might give a kilometer to the Russians, but not much more than that. To prepare for a long conflict, Kyiv, the U.S. and allies at the meeting focused efforts to train Ukrainian forces to maintain and repair donated equipment. The training is already underway outside Ukraine, and the group wants ways to track donated equipment so it can anticipate Ukraine's logistical needs, Austin said. It's not good enough just to provide a piece of equipment. We need to have that piece of gear, plus spare parts, plus tools to repair it, at the operational level, down at the forward edge of the battlefield, Austin said. Will the U.S. send even longer-range missiles to Ukraine? When asked whether the U.S. will eventually send longer-range weapons, such as Army Tactical Missile System, which has a 140-mile range, Austin and Milley would not rule it out, but they said that the current systems have been working well. Milley said that in his meetings with Ukraine's top general, he's hearing that the current mix of weapons and launch systems they have are very, very successful. Weeks after the Pentagon's Inspector General in June launched an evaluation of Pentagon efforts to replenish stockpiles, Milley said Pentagon officials are looking closely at rates of ammunition consumption, which he said will be a decisive factor in the conflict. As we project forward into the next month or 2 or 3, we think we're going to be okay, Milley said, adding that Pentagon leaders are talking with the defense industry about how to continue to produce weapons used in the fight. In addition to training on artillery systems, the Pentagon has weighed whether Ukrainian pilots would also benefit from U.S. training. The question came after the U.S. House approved $100 million in funding to train Ukrainian pilots to use U.S. aircraft last week as part of its version of the annual defense policy bill. So we're looking at a lot of things, everything. But in terms of predicting where we're going to be with pilot training, in months or years, I won't venture to do that, Austin said. At this point, I will say that the Ukrainians do have, their Air Force does have a capability, as we speak, and are using some of that capability on a daily basis. How many HIMARS systems does Ukraine need? Ukrainian Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov said Tuesday that Kyiv needs more long-range, high-precision weapons, and more flying drones to aid reconnaissance and precision strikes. To protect Ukraine's massive borders and launch an effective counter-offense against advancing Russian forces, would take many more HIMARS, he said. We would need at least 100. I think that would become a game-changer on the battlefield, Reznikov, who participated in Wednesday's meeting, said at the Atlantic Council on Tuesday. Saving the lives of our people is of crucial importance to us, and that's why we're using HIMARS systems precisely, like scalpel of a doctor, surgeon, Reznikov said, adding that he'd assured Western defense chiefs that Ukraine won't copy the imprecise meat grinder tactics Russia's employed against civilian targets. The Biden administration last pledged HIMARS to Ukraine as part of a $450 million military aid package announced last month. The U.S. has sent $6.1 billion in military aid to Ukraine since Russia invaded in February, though allies have also donated long-range fires, as well as other arms and equipment. Austin hailed the UK's provision of M270 MLRS, Poland's transfer of 155mm self-propelled howitzers and Norway's cooperation on the recent U.S. transfer of the National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile System, or NASAMS. He said Ukraine's use of donated Harpoon missiles allowed it to reclaim Snake Island in the Black Sea from Russian.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just give me up. Don't be I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong. You will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I